Reading assignment. Too bad. Okay, as I told you last week, you needed to read it and review it. It was also assigned the week before that to give you an advance notice. So what you're going to do first is you're going to take a test on it.
You said we weren't turning it.
Give me a chance. Give me a chance. Here's how it's going to work. Okay? You're going to have the opportunity, I like that, to see what you can do on your own. You're not going to need a par score, not going to do any of that. You're just going to take a piece of paper out. I'm going to read the question and the possible answers. You write down what you think is right. I'm going to give you the answers at the end, and we'll discuss it briefly. No. Take out a sheet of paper, please. This is from the ASRT handout, Mobile Unit Operation and Safety. So you've had a lecture and you had the handout, which you should have studied.
I do better when I like.
I know. But we're doing this the old-fashioned way. If everybody's ready, they should be facing this way and not talking. Thank you. All right, first question. Maybe I should just let you come back and do it again. Bless you. All right, which of the following is not a typical component of the mobile fluoroscopic assembly? A, control panel. B, C-arm. C, portable grid. D, viewing monitor. Which of those is not a typical component of a mobile fluoro system? Control panel A, a C-arm B, portable grid C, viewing monitor D. Question 2. Using proper collimation improves 1, radiation protection, 2, field of view size, 3, visualization. Answer A, 1 and 2. Okay, here's your choice. Okay, using proper collimation improves A, which is radiation protection and field of view size. B, radiation protection and visualization. C, field of view size and visualization. Or D, all three. Always take your first guess. It's usually going to be the correct one. All right, question 3. Blank vision uses the cones of the eye, resulting in increased visual acuity. A, scotopic. B, night. C, red eye. D, photopic.
Did you say wait, what were they again?
Blank vision uses the cones of the eye, resulting in increased visual acuity. A is scotopic, B is night, C is red eye, D is photopic. Number 4. The surface of an image intensifier typically is coated with blank as an input phosphor. A, tungsten. B, cesium iodide. Nobody had better miss this. C is zinc. Yeah, that was a hint. D, molybdenum. Number 5. As photoelectrons strike the output phosphor of the image intensifier, they are converted into blank. A, electrons. B, converted to protons. C, converted to light photons. D, converted to X-ray. As photoelectrons strike the output phosphor of the image intensifier, they are converted into electrons. A, protons. B, light photons. C, X-rays. D. 6. Blank is the product. 6. Blank is the product of flux gain and minification gain. Is that A, total brightness gain, B, total magnification gain, C, tube current acceleration, or D, inverse square law?
What was the question?
Blank, what is the product of flux gain and minification gain? Total brightness gain, A. Total magnification gain, B. Tube current acceleration, C. Inverse square law, D. Number 7. What transfers and distributes light from the output window of the image intensifier to viewing/recording systems? Is it A, input phosphors, B, storage capacitors, C, digitization chambers, D, optic coupling devices? Number 8.
Can you repeat the question?
I can repeat it. What transfers and distributes light from the output window of the image intensifier to the viewing/recording systems? Is it input phosphors, A, storage capacitors, B, digitization chambers, C, or optic coupling devices, D? Number 8. Cathode grid assembly in the video tube often is referred to as the A, electron gun, B, anode, C, signal receptor, or D, signal originator. The cathode grid assembly in the video tube, analog technology, we talked about video tubes briefly. So the cathode grid assembly in the video tube is often referred to as either the electron gun, A, anode, B, signal receptor, C, signal originator, D. Number 9. What converts the voltage signal from the video camera tube or charge coupled device, CCD, into a visible image? Is it the A, image intensifier, B, signal transfer coil, C, video monitor, D, focusing coils?
Repeat that, please.
Read that again.
What converts the voltage signal from the video camera tube or CCD, remember what those are, into a visible image? Is it the image intensifier, A, signal transfer coil, B, video monitor, C, or focusing coils, D? Number 10. The average horizontal travel distance of the telescoping C-arm is A, 5 centimeters, B, 10 centimeters, C, 15 centimeters, or D, 20 centimeters.
Horizontal.
Horizontal. Number 11. Huh?
What question? Get out of here.
75. I'm kidding. 35.
What, 35? 30?
Wait,
Yeah.
That's still a lot.
35? Wow.
It's like waiting for number 10 and to be over.
Tell you what, I'll stop at 25.
Are we, so you said we're not gonna get these though until next week?
You're gonna get answers tonight.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna get answers for all 35. You're gonna get a printed test blank, so you can transfer the answers to it next week, and you'll have that as a study guide for either the midterm or final.
Next week?
Huh?
So this isn't part of next week's test?
No, this is stuff you were supposed to have read and ready for tonight.
It's probably part of next week's test.
So it may be part of it.
But stuff like this would see, we would see on the.
Oh, you'll be seeing this on ASRT,
No, we're
absolutely.
talking about our tests next.
We have test next week.
Oh, what is the test next week?
Yeah.
Plan on it, how's that?
Yeah, it's,
I know,
mobile equipment responsibility.
but you have the handout. Sorry, no
But not
excuses.
today.
Okay, let's
People-
do it, don't wait.
People,
don't wait.
no excuses. You had the handout, you had 2 weeks to read it.
Yes.
Because this was supposed to have been done last week. We're a week behind.
Let's finish.
All right, where was I?
11.
Thank you. All right, number 11. According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, what is the minimum source-to-skin distance allowed when a standard size C-arm is used in a surgical case? Let me read that again. Listen very carefully. According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, what is the minimum source-to-skin distance allowed when a standard size C-arm is used in a surgical case? Is it 10 cm, A, 20 cm, B, 30 cm, C, 40 cm, D? It's a standard size C-arm. That's your hint.
Didn't know FDA regulates us too. FBI too?
Number 12. If all other factors are kept constant, as SSD increases, the entrance skin exposure rate A decreases, B increases, C varies going up and down, D none of the above. There is no relationship between SSD and entrance skin exposure.
As it goes up or as it goes down?
If all other factors are kept constant, as source to skin distance increases, the entrance skin exposure rate either decreases, A, increases, B, varies going up and down, C, or D, none of the above. This is an old question for you guys.
Yeah.
Number 13, the average C-arm height manipulation range is 6 centimeters, 16 centimeters, 46 centimeters, 76 centimeters. The average C-arm height manipulation range is 6 centimeters, 16 centimeters, which is B, 46 centimeters, C, 76 centimeters, D. Number 14. When using standard fluoroscopic mode, the maximum exposure rate allowed by the FDA is A, 5 R per minute, B, 10 R per minute, C, 15 R per minute, D, 20 R per minute. Number 15. When using high-level fluoroscopic mode, the maximum exposure rate allowed by the FDA is 5 R per minute, A, B, 10 R per minute, C, 15 R per minute, D, 20 R per minute. When an image intensification system is used, the lead equivalent of the primary protective barrier must be A, 0.5 millimeters, no, B is 1, C is 2 millimeters, D is 2.5 millimeters. Primary protective barrier, 0.5 millimeters, 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters, or 2.5. This is your last 9. I'm being nice. 17. All people present during fluoroscopic exposure must wear protective aprons of at least how much millimeter lead equivalent? 0.25 millimeters, 0.5 millimeters, 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters.
Wait, read the answers again?
All people present during fluoroscopic exposure must wear protective aprons of at least 0.25 millimeter lead equivalent A, 0.5 millimeter lead equivalent B, 1 millimeter lead equivalent C, 2.0 millimeter lead equivalent D. 18. If the exam table is raised toward the image receptor, the ESE rate is A, unchanged, B, increases, C, decreases, D, becomes 0.
Let's decrease.
Want that repeated?
Yes.
What letter?
If the exam table is raised toward the image receptor, The ESC rate is A, unchanged, B, increases, C, decreases, D becomes 0. 19. As the field of view decreases, the entrance skin exposure rate A is unchanged, B increases, C decreases, D becomes 0. Number 20, if a 9-inch field of view is used and the fluoroscopic dose mode is changed from low dose mode to high dose mode, the entrance skin exposure rate does what? A, decreases by 90%, B, increases by 90%, C, decreases by 73%, D, increases by 73%. Scratch that one.
That's a bad one.
Yeah, you're only going to find that in the reading, so I really strongly suggest that between now and next week, you read that puppy really well. Okay? Let's see. 21. Okay, this is a good one. According to the module, one of the most effective ways to reduce total radiation exposure to the patient is to minimize A, collimation, B, source to skin distance, C, beam filtration, D, exposure time.
The skin?
One of the most effective ways to reduce total radiation exposure to the patient is to minimize A, collimation, B, source to skin distance, C, beam filtration, D, exposure time. 22, the audible 5-minute fluoroscopy time alarm may be reset after A, 1 second, B, 2 seconds, C, 10 seconds, D, 20 seconds. 23. What is the fluoroscopic technique that allows the practitioner to obtain a permanent image of anything viewed during a live fluoroscopic sequence? A, last image hold, B, image integration, C, frame grabbing, D, spot filming. What is the fluoroscopic technique that allows the practitioner to obtain a permanent image of anything viewed during a live fluoroscopic sequence? Last image hold A, image integration B, frame grabbing C, spot filming D. 24, to minimize occupational exposure, where should medical personnel be positioned in relation to the fluoroscopic exposure source? A, as far away as possible, B, as close as possible, C, within 1 meter, D, directly behind or over the patient. That's, I have a story about that, and I wish I could tell it, and I can't.
But you also said the
You
image
just say
receptor,
names
behind
of
the image
it.
receptor is the best.
Only if the C arm is in a lateral position, you stand behind the image intensifier. I just said directly behind or over the patient.
Over the patient.
So you're either laying behind the patient or you're laying on top of the patient. Yeah. Number 25 is the last one I'm going to make you do. Number 25. If personnel double their distance from the radiation source, the scatter radiation exposure rate A remains the same, B doubles, C decreases insignificantly, or D decreases by a factor of 4.
Oh, so that's it.
Anybody misses that, you are in so deep. All right, so number 1. Which of the following is not a typical component of the mobile fluoroscopic assembly? Answer is C, portable grid. That is not a regular part. There's generally not a grid. And if there is, it's built in, it's not portable. Okay? It's part of the system. Proper collimation improves everything. Radiation protection, field of view size, and visualization. So the answer is D. Number 3, photopic vision uses the cones of the eye, resulting in increased visual acuity. So the answer is D as in dog. 4, the surface of an image intensifier typically is coated with cesium iodide as an input phosphor. Okay, that answer is B. Number 5, as photoelectrons strike the output phosphor of the image intensifier, they are converted into light. Input light. Number C.
Letter C.
C. Letter C. Close enough. I haven't eaten yet. Okay.
Need a Snickers.
Go ahead.
I have snacks. I'm just waiting. Okay. 6. Total brightness gain is the product of flux gain and minification gain. The answer is A.
Will bring this game.
Huh?
Yes.
Number 7. What transfers and distributes light from the output window of the image intensifier to viewing recording systems is D. Optic coupling devices. Okay. 8. The cathode grid assembly in the video tube often is referred to as the electron gun. A. We're in a digital age, true, but there is still a lot of analog equipment based on television tube technology out there, and you're going to see questions on your test on the ASRT on that. So that's why, again, you need to read the assigned reading. If it wasn't in the assigned reading, you wouldn't see it on the test, because that's who publishes this stuff. Okay.
What letter is that?
8.
That
Number
was
8. 8.
Number 9, the video monitor converts the voltage signal from the video camera tube or charge coupled device into a visible image. That's C.
What was the answer? C what?
Video monitor. Number 10, the average horizontal travel distance of the telescoping C-arm is D, 20 centimeters or thereabouts. It changes depending on manufacturer, but that's, again, that is the best answer of the 4 shown. Number 11, according to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, 30 centimeters is the minimum source-to-skin distance allowed when a standard size C-arm is used in a surgical case. 30 cm for a standard. Okay?
What letter?
That would be C. Now in the reading, you'll learn the difference between there's both a standard that's used in surgery as a minimum, and there are some exemptions to that, but just keep this in mind, okay? It's going to get confusing. Number 12, if all other factors are kept constant, as SSD increases, the entrance skin exposure rate decreases. A. Anybody miss that, you got a problem. The average C-arm height manipulation range is 46 centimeters. That is the best answer of the 4.
What letter was that?
That was C on number 13.
I just remember the size.
Number 14, when using standard fluoroscopic mode, the maximum exposure rate allowed by the FDA is 10 R per minute.
Standard.
That would be B. When using high-level fluoroscopic mode, the maximum exposure rate allowed by the FDA is D, 20 R per minute. That's number 15. Number 16, when an image intensifier system is used, the lead equivalent of the primary protective barrier must be C, 2 millimeters. Okay. 17, all people present during fluoroscopic exposure must wear protective aprons of at least 0.25 millimeter lead equivalent, A. 18, if the exam table is raised towards the image receptor, the entrance exposure rate decreases, letter C. (19) As the field of view decreases, the entrance exposure rate increases. That would be letter B. If a 9-inch field of view is used and the fluoroscopic, yeah, you'll do that. We canceled that one. D. 20 though.
What was the answer?
The answer to D though is increases by 73%.
D.
Yeah, that would be D as in dog.
Answer to D.
21.
Slow on my regular test that I get.
According to the module, one of the most effective ways to reduce total radiation exposure to the patient is to minimize exposure time. The hint for that is the most effective way to reduce total radiation exposure is time. It's always time. D. Number 22, the audible 5-minute fluoroscopy time alarm may be reset after B, 2 seconds. That's a federal requirement. It has to sound for at least 2 seconds before you can turn it off. Bless you.
Hey,
23. Frame grabbing is the fluoroscopic technique that allows the practitioner to obtain a permanent image of anything viewed during a live fluoroscopic sequence, letter C. The reason that's not last image hold is that's only last image hold. When he takes his foot off the pedal, that's the last thing he sees. Frame grabbing is when he goes in and says, I want this one. That's frame grabbing. And they can frame grab anything. To minimize occupational exposure, where should medical personnel be positioned in relation to the fluoroscopic exposure source?
As far as possible.
Yes, as far away as possible. Or behind the physician. I like that one. And 25, if personnel double their distance from the radiation source, the scatter radiation exposure rate does what?
Decreases by 4.
Yes. Letter D. All right, so for the rest of these, you can write these down. Number 26 is C. 27 is B as in boy.
Wait, what's the answer, so?
That
no,
doesn't
right
have
on
to
the
be-
sheet.
Okay, fine.
I can read the questions if you want.
Okay, what's
28.
27?
Okay, 26 is C. 27 is B as in boy. 28 is D as in dog. 29, B as in boy. 30 is, oh, I have to read this one. This doesn't have it marked.
G.
Yeah, G is in, oh golly. I'd say for 30 it's A. Put a question mark next to it and see if you can verify that in the reading.
We don't have questions to verify the reading.
Well, I don't have, only,
That's extra
the answer
credit,
sheet
guys.
doesn't include answers to that one. Oh, and for this one.
That's extra credit.
Oh, this one's easy. We talked about this. The answer to 31 is, let's see, I gotta remember. That would be A. Yeah. At what dose can you get early erythema? 200 rounds. And that works out to be A. Okay, number 32 is C. And 33 is B. 34 is D as in dog. And 35 is B as in boy. Tuck those away.